Hello, lovelies! Happy Tuesday! I've missed you all so very much. Last week was such a strange, chaotic week. I did not plan to take most of the week off, but that is kind of how things worked out between pets and family and health. Thankfully, I'm feeling good. Family's feeling good. Cats are feeling good now. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we're good to go now. Kai, hello, love. I am doing well, thank you. I hope you are doing well. How are you? And congrats on being first and collecting your very first photograph. From Leo. And for collecting your daily blanket, love. We are back to decades tonight, finally. Good news is, when we crashed a little over a week ago now, the Saturday before last, we lost less than a day of progress. Because thankfully, I'm pretty good at saving frequently. So, friendly reminder, save often. Save yourselves. Oh, you got a migraine? I hope you feel better, Kai. I know how that goes. Yeah, you got a photograph. Yeah. Quick recap of last episode. Let me look at my... It's been a hot minute since I looked at this stuff. So, quick recap of last time we were here, because it's been a minute. Roiza, Richard's second eldest daughter, passed her role, and as long as if she makes it through the famine, we will see her become a teenager. Hilda, who is actually Richard's current youngest daughter, yes. Unfortunately, she, however, has failed her role, and she will die next year. So we'll work that into lore, because I think there's a different one of his kids that are supposed to die next year anyway. So maybe they'll both be hit with an illness. We still have to age up James, who is Adam's youngest son. That'll be coming shortly into tonight's episode. Adam also aged up. He became an adult and rolled very terribly. So we only have 2 years left with him. So we're going to try and get one more son out of him before we have to say goodbye, because that is coming. Coco, darling, welcome in. Thank you for collecting your daily blanket. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Kitty cat, stop it. Alright, so yeah, that's what we're doing tonight. We're finishing up the last bit of spring that we left off after the crash that happened last time we were live with Decades. And then moving into summer. Moving into summer, other events that we're looking at happening. Michael is supposed to become a child, so he will be the first boy of his generation, even though he's illegitimate. First boy of his generation to become a child, which is kind of exciting when you think about it. And let's see. Okay. And let's see. Did we have anything else for summer? No, it looks like that'll be it for summer. We'll have another birthday in autumn. And then Basilia is definitely going to be due to have... She's pregnant. Basilia is pregnant. So she's due to have her baby in winter. Other than that, news, Little Bobub has updated most of their mods, at least as far as like food and medieval cooking. So one of the first things we'll be doing is I'll be changing out the oven again because I should be able to use Little Bobub's fireplace oven now, back with the medieval-ish cookbook. And Zebby, welcome in, love. Thanks for collecting your daily blanket. All right, I am going to switch us over to the game. It is evening of Thursday at the moment in summer. And like I said, I'm just going to change out the oven cooking situation for Little Bobubs. Let's see. Oh, I didn't even realize this is a really cool fireplace. It came with the new nature pack, which now I'm kind of wanting to do some building with it. So we'll see. I might end up building something and putting it on the gallery at some point. Entropy, hello, love. Thank you for collecting your daily blanket. How are you doing? All right, let's see. Oh, something that Little Bobub came out with, I think, fairly recently is they have like an actual like little clay bread oven. So I think I'm probably gonna use that. I'm just gonna use Little Bobubs because I know they're updated with the new the latest patches and stuff. We're getting Medieval Cookbook back into the game. Yes, yes, I am doing better. Unfortunately, my head hurt through most of the weekend, so... Oh, please don't crash on me. My game is threatening me. I don't think you guys can see it, but my mouse... Oh, it psyched me out. It psyched me out. My mouse was giving me scroll wheel of doom. But it was lying. It was just psyching me out. We're good. We are good. All right. We've got recipe book that I wanted to grab. The ye old recipe book. Because that has been updated. I'm able to put that back into the game, which is very, very exciting. I'm glad to have more historical recipes back because I had forgotten just how sad EA's off the grid cooking is until I was trying to use it in this, and it's so sad. I'm sorry, but it is. The off-the-grid cooking is so sad. Pinky, oh my gosh, hello! How are you doing, my fuchsia friend? I have missed you all so very much. I was looking forward to this all day. Look, we have a little bread oven now. Isn't it cute? Look at our little bread oven. I think it's adorable. Ellie, welcome in, love. Thank you for collecting your daily blanket. You're pearlescently perfect. I love that for you. You're gonna have to use that too. Isn't it cute? Yeah, Little Bo Bub came out with it. And so now I went back through their recipes and I realized Little Bo Bub has cheese and bread recipes. So we're gonna try that out. We're gonna try it out. Because I realized I've never used, I always used Brazen's, but then all of Brazen's broke, and Brazen is still fixing their mods. And so, you know, we can try some new, and like try to use all the thing. But I just think the little tiny little clay bread oven is just absolutely adorable. It comes in a few swatches too. So you've got like the like brownish one, which is probably what I'll keep it as. You've got one that's a little bit more like terracotta. One that's more like black and white if you're going for more of that contrast, and one that's a little bit more monochromatic white. Like a white clay. I'm gonna keep mine as a brown clay because I like that. I don't know that it's the best that I have it on like a wooden counter, but you know, give me a little bit of slack. And I'm just gonna like toss a little bit because we've got the chimney right here. So maybe I'll toss in like an actual more fireplacey looking fireplace. Now, I will admit I have not done the event, which I was so sad about until I logged on to The Sims and I realized that they've extended it through the end of the month. So I still have time to get that outhouse. I'm going to try and get it this week. And that way we'll have it for Saturday. So outhouse possibly coming soon. I might do a quick little renovation here and add like a little attic space. See. Casey! Welcome in, love. Thanks for collecting your daily blanket. How are you doing? Won't be able to set the table on fire. Might just set the floor on fire instead. You love the new outhouse entropy? Love that. I'm like catching up here. Let's see, you've been using LBB's cheeses for a while. They're much simpler. That's what I was kind of thinking is I like Brazen's, but they're very complicated. Let's see. Okay, so it's worth playing the event for the outhouse. Cool. I'm going to try and make at least a little bit of progress when I get off work tomorrow, but I'm also getting my hair trimmed. So we'll see how much time I actually have between getting off work and starting stream. But if I don't have time for it tomorrow, I'll have time for it on Friday. Yeah, we've had enough house fires, Pinky, so please no more. Casey, thank you for redeeming a medieval fact of the day. Ooh, let me think. What's at least one that I haven't used? Why do I always do? I need to remember to write these things down when I learn them. Because I'm always like, after the fact, like, oh, I should have written that down. And then I never do. So, shame on me. Adding a little attic space. What was the thing? There was a thing I learned the other day about medieval. Sleek! Oh my gosh, my darling. Hello, how are you? It's good to see you, my friend. Let's see. Pinky's getting cozy. You gotta have ventilation, window open, but it makes your room really cold. Ooh, tough balance. Tough balance. Let's see. Medieval fact. Medieval fact. Why am I blanking? Ooh, here's one that's kind of fun. So I believe it was Edward II. I believe he's the reason why no weapons and no armor. Note the second part. Are allowed to be brought into, like, you're not allowed to wear a weapon or armor in Parliament in England. And this law exists to this day. But it originates with, I'm going to change the roof. I don't want that roof. It originates with the fact that Edward II was so hated by his court, and partially because of his boy toy. Unconfirmed, I know, but, you know, there was something there. And what do we think about that? Sorry, got distracted. Yeah, I've missed you, Sleek. Oh my gosh, Kai coming in chaotic. I love that for you. I'm gonna have to go grab the little jar that has the candies. So give me 1 second and I will go get that. But yeah, basically, like, he feared for his life so much, he made a law saying, well, you're not allowed to, like, be armed and stuff in Parliament. And the law still exists to this day. It's still in effect, to this day, which I think is fun, that they never wiped that from the books, and it's been 700 years. So, fun times. But yeah, he feared for his life so much that he was like, well, I'm gonna make this place a place where there's a rule that you can't keep me. Do rules stop assassins? No, I don't think they do. But he darn well tried. I kind of want to switch the outside a little bit. We're not saying it happened, but all the signs were definitely there. Yes. You get chaotic sometimes? No apologies. It's fun. I'll go get the candy here in a second. From the H.A. Horrible History song on English Kings and Queens. A red hot poker killed Ed too. That must have hurt him lots. Yes. Yeah, he is also, a king who was murdered after he was deposed. So, yeah. Should I switch this whole swatch to this swatch? I kind of like this swatch a little better. I feel like it looks a little bit more old. Does that make sense? I kind of like this swatch. All right. don't have fireplaces there anymore. That one was actually Raffi Sleek. That was Raffi meowing. So I'm glad you guys were able to hear him. Yeah, all right. But yeah, they're both right next to me. So chat says hi, guys. I also really, really love this fireplace that came with the nature pack. So I'm just gonna like squeeze that in there. Maybe make it a little, there's gotta be like a less mossy swatch though. Yeah, perfect. Because I'm like, we're indoors. It doesn't need to be mossy. But I do really, really love this fireplace. I'm also realizing I never painted the ceilings on this build. I'm sorry, this is starting out like a build stream rather than a gameplay stream. I just needed to update after all the mods and stuff updated. And give them treats. I will give them treats. No worries. Give me 1 minute here. Boop. Boop, boop, boop. There. Okay. Right. I was making an attic so that the older kids would have like their own place. That's what I was doing. And you know, let's see. I need ladder. I'm gonna use the trellis style ladder. Oh, maybe not. All right, let me grab the candy and treats for Leo and Raffi real quick. So 1 sec. Okay. Well, Leo's eager, so we'll go ahead and do the cat's treats first, and then I'll do the candy. Yeah. All right. Raffi. Come here, babe. Ugh, my big boy. Do you not like the beef? Do I need to go get duck? You're like, I don't like beef. Nope. I don't think he likes the beef. Zeppy, thank you so much for the resub with Prime. I know you only get one of those a month. Thank you for spending it here. And yeah, Raffi apparently has refined taste. Let me try the other treat and see if I can get him to eat that one. See if he'll eat this. Ouch. I missed the chair. It's fine. I'm okay. We all have klutzy moments sometimes. Raffi did take the duck. He was too startled for me to pick him up again. He was too startled, so I just gave it to him. But he will eat the duck, but it's good for me to know. He doesn't like beef. He's my picky eater. Yes, I'm okay. That's what he gets from me. Oh, you guys are funny. Alright, we do have a new barrel. We finished our first barrel of toxic waste candies last time. Candy, welcome in! Congrats on reaching 100 blankets. You are officially a cozy noble, my friend. Welcome in. Thank you for being here and hanging out 100 times. At least. Let's see. 100 blanket hype. That's right. Oh my gosh, and Pinky coming in with the 100% boost to the cozy. Y'all are on fire today, and I love to see it. Let's go. All right, Kai redeemed for a toxic waste candy. Ugh. Kai, do you have a preference on flavor? Do you want to pick the flavor, or should I grab one at random? Got it. I finally got it open. Whatever you want, you like. Let's see. And get the cat treat. It's true, the cat treat redeem caused me more harm. It's very true. I'll go with the first one. We got grape strawberry for our nuclear fusion flavor. And thanks for the clip, Pinky. These candies are so innocuous looking. Alright, got all the plastic off. There we go. You would think I would get used to this, but I don't. first wave done, maybe? Oh, okay. Ooh. That's sour. Always sour. Thank you for the candy. For the treats. For the kitty cats. And we will be going back to the game. Okay, I was making a small, like, attic type space. Break for treats over. Resuming. Yes, correct. That's a little too nice of a bed. It's a double bed. A cozy looking loft. Yeah, it's just a cozy loft. Will this work, or is it going to disappear on me? Oh, no, it disappeared. Thought it... Oh, better exceptions. 1 second. Probably Jill, honestly. Give her, like, a little bit of her own space. Because the toddlers can't go up the thing. It feels like it makes sense for the older kids to be up in a loft area. Sleek, thank you for redeeming group hydrate. If you're watching with me, please take a drink of something that does not have caffeine. No longer sleeping on the ground. Yeah. That is the idea. Give better exceptions a moment, y'all. Because it caught an error and it wants to run a report for me. Any of you have something fun going this week? Anything? Tomorrow night on stream, we're gonna start a mature, well, it's 17 plus, so it's like mature 17 plus, not mature 18 plus. But we are going to start a 17 plus game tomorrow night called A Plague Tale. It does take place during the Black Death in France. I do plan on playing that every Wednesday until we get a full playthrough, which should take 3 to 4 streams. So it'll take us 3 to 4 weeks to get through that game. You like the game I'm playing? You've played it for a bit? Love that. You have to work? Aww. I'm sorry, Zeppy. I really debated between the Wednesday and the Thursday for which night was gonna be which. Maybe I'll switch it and have us play it on Thursday next week. Let's see. All right, Better Exceptions is taking too long. I'll just like reenact the issue another time. Will you let me use this? Yes, okay, it let me use that. And then... No, it disappeared. What about this one? Can we use this one? Give her a cute quilt. Okay, it looks like that one's gonna work. No, I mean, I think it kind of makes sense. I can, like, for the variety days, I can alternate which nights are which games between Wednesday and Thursday, just so that more people get a chance to see it, depending on their schedules, you know? It makes sense. So I'm glad you brought it up, Seppi. That way I can remember that I can do that. I have the power. Alright, was doing... Yes! Here, you can open the full report. Full report. Go away. I can remove those CC later. Let's see. I want to give her a little window. Meg, hello, love. Thank you for collecting your daily blanket. How are you doing? Let's see. As cute as the windows from the new expansion are, they all have glass. Glass was extremely expensive in this day and age. Which is why their windows do not have glass. They're just like wooden with shutters. Those look a little too modern. I see the metal hinges, those fancy metal hinges. Smaller. Sorry, I'm spending way too much time in build mode for a gameplay day. There we go. Okay. I think we're good. Now, it is evening. I'm going to send Jill off to bed. Right, I forgot Alice is like a little bit sick at the moment. Have her wash up and go to bed. I do need her and Adam to like get busy a little bit at some point in this episode, because we're not gonna have Adam for much longer, and I would like one more insurance baby. All right. Sleek, thanks for collecting your daily blanket, love. Need more pylons. I mean children, yes. Let's see. Have Alice change the diaper. Oh, whoops. No, we're fine. Don't you have like a fruit or something in your inventory? Here, eat this. Clements, you can literally come over here. So many toddlers. I can't wait to have less toddlers. But first I shall have more. More toddlers. Because James will become a toddler. Alright, here. Clements used the body. Michael finished using it. Alright, Michael, why don't you just go to bed? Just go to bed. Everybody go to bed. Alice, could you at least just put James in his crib, please, for me? Could you at least do that? I know you're struggling, girlfriend, and things are only gonna get worse for you over the next decade, but, come on. Great. Simon, use the potty. Clements, come to bed. Hob, you could use the potty. Yeah, okay, that was gonna sound really bad. I'll say it anyway, but I realized how bad it was going to sound. As I was going to say, my insurance policy, my insurance policy is built on the lives of children. But just know that I acknowledge how bad that sounds out of context. I mean, at least Alice's ailment pays us. The simoleon ailment where she coughs up simoleons. Not exactly realistic, but she also caught it before the ailment patch happened. So she's gonna be done with it by morning. She'll be out of the woods of that ailment by morning. I'm pretty sure Little Bobub added, like, let's see. Oh, geez. We'll fix that later. We do need to get, like, salts and stuff. It does occur to me that I haven't reinstalled the foraging mod yet because it's not fixed yet. Or at least it wasn't before stream. Thank you for the clip, Pinky. Winsome! Hello, love. Congrats on reaching double-digit blankets. How are you doing, my dear? It's good to see you again. Alright, Alice, come wake up, feed your baby. LBB is revamping the foraging mod, so it could be a while before yeah, and I know that one needs a lot of work. So some of the recipes we have might take a little bit longer for us to actually be able to use for that reason. We'll still be able to make, like, pottage and stuff, but, like, the breads and some of the other recipes, we're gonna have to wait for that mod to finish getting updated in order to be able to use. All right, honey, feed your baby. No. You're doing good, just been a little rough. Aww. I hope your streams have been going well and that everything is well. Oh, thank you, Winsome. I hope things get better, whatever's going on. And, stands majestically on the battlements of Battle Blanket Fort. Can you reach him? Do I need to move his crib? Let me see if let me move his crib. I think you're gonna have an easier time if he's facing the other direction. And Winsome, I still need to get together with you about your sim self getting added in to the game. So trust me, I have not forgotten. Feed the baby. Okay. Hob, you could actually be useful and, you know, repair the kitchen pot. You know, slap some clay on that, seal it up. We're having all sorts of issues today. What do you mean, animation error? Can you please pick the child up? He's very hungry. You gonna be able to do it this time? Oh, yes, I did add your sim from the gallery that we talked about, Entropy. She did get added in to the game. Yes, let's get the Discord link, and anybody is welcome to join. Yes, I did add her. Sorry, I should have updated. I did, like, give her, like, cute braids because I didn't have the exact same hair that you were using. But she is in the game. She is in there. All right. Would you please? Why are you struggling so much? I swear. This poor child. Yeah, I might have to. I'm just double checking that it's not like where he's located. Yeah, no worries. I mean, I use a lot of CC too, Entropy. Baby care, feed, breastfeed. Let's go. Come on, feed the kid. Feed the kid. You gonna do it this time? Or are we gonna get another animation error? Animation error. Well, let's try. Reset. She coughed up 80 simoleons. This illness is gonna make us rich. Now can you? I swear. Can you, like, move away? Move back? Do I need to reset him? Dang, she just cannot pick him up. Let's see if it's just like a her thing, or if Hob can pick him up. No, no. Y'all let me know. If you play The Sims this week, let me know if you are having trouble picking up your infants. I'm going to take a quick break here and go feed the cats dinner, and I will be right back, okay? 2 minutes. Welcome back from ads if you had ads. Thank you so much for sticking through them and supporting the channel. We're back and struggling because of a glitch that will not let us pick up our baby. So that's no fun at all. I might have to like cheat his needs until we age him up to toddler. Thankfully that's very shortly, so that won't be very long. In the meantime, let's have her cook some pottage. Is Adam gonna be able to do? Oh, geez. Now you're sick. You just got over the last ailment. I'm gonna cheat baby's needs. All right. Are you cooking? You don't look like you're cooking. Resume the pot. Oh, come on. Really? Guys. Oh, jeez. Is this the problem? Do you need to light it? Is this the issue? Just light the hearth. Is this the issue? Is this a skill issue? What do you mean you can't resume the pottage? My gosh, all the glitches. Glitches be glitching. Yay! Sims year for me is 28 days. Yeah, sorry, sim days in a year is 28 days in my play. A full cycle of the seasons. And we are very much struggling with all the glitches here at the moment. Golly, would you just... Do you need to start over? Do you just need to empty the oven hearth and start over? All your babies are really hungry. Yeah, Sims 4 is rough lately. You've had like 5 crashes in 2 hours. Friendly reminder, everyone, to save your games. And you normally never crashes? Ooh. Okay, so not just me. If we're having all these issues, it's probably... Do you play modded, Winsome? Or are you a no mods sim player? just for reference. Because I feel like we need a, what do they call that? When they do like product testing and stuff, there's like the test group that's the blank. It's like the baseline. You play modded? Okay. You know, it's like the people that they give like the placebo medicine to. No, I'm thinking of like when they're like testing medicines and stuff, you know, they have the test group that they give the actual medicine and the test group they give the placebo medicine, which isn't really medicine. It's usually like a sugar pill. But just so that they can have a baseline. That's what it is. I think that's the right word. Baseline. Can you please cook some food? Control group. That's the thing. Thank you, Kai. Yes, we need a control group of people who don't play modded to tell us whether or not they're experiencing the same sort of glitches we are. That way we know if it's a mod thing or if it's a Sims in general thing. Do we have any non-modded game players in the chat willing to pipe in? What has your experience been in The Sims lately? All the babies are stinky and hungry. You get a control group to establish the baseline. That is, now I've put the English together. And English is my first and only language because I am a sad monolingual. But sometimes English is hard. Sometimes words are hard. Y'all experience that too? Oh my gosh, are you seriously? You're like wasting ingredients, half making food and then refusing to finish it. Sims is really testing me tonight. I say as if I'm like a Catholic talking about being tested by God through religious trial. But no, seriously, it's testing my patience is what it is. Not testing my faith, though maybe a little bit of that. What a waste of good vegetables. Get rid of this. Because I feel like that's part of the problem. I don't know if this will work, but let's try it. Are you gonna be able to cook on this oven? Is Simon the sibling she's closest? No, I'm sorry, Laura. She's like besties with Laura, her little sister. Yeah, she's not particularly close to her sister Clemens. So I think the sibling that Jill is closest to is Laura. I feel a little bad for Clemens that her older sister favors the younger sister. Isn't that such a middle child sort of thing? Oh my gosh, did you stop again? Y'all, I'm about to crash out over Sims here. No. Okay, Hob took over the cooking. Maybe. He has a low cooking skill, so... But if... Nope. Nope. Okay. That does not work. Moving us back to the regular type of oven. I guess we're back to forager stew. Because the ovens don't work. The ye old cookbook ovens do not work. They said they were updated. They're not. They're not updated. Could have sworn they said they had been updated. They did say. Because I'm pretty sure. Oh, wait. Oh, I think I know what the problem is. I think I know what the problem is, and I'm gonna just need to, like, get out of Sims and then restart the game. Because I think I accidentally kept in both tuning packages. And I was only supposed to keep one. So this is not Little Bobub's fault. This is my rushed installation of mods fault. Yeah, technically this is like an 18th century. Much later, but it's fine. Yeah, this is all because, probably all because I was in a rush after I got home from work, trying to get the updates that I saw the emails for installed. So I'm going to save real quick and exit. And then I can fix that in the mods because I can't do it while the game is running. Yeah, it's my fault. I'm the silly one who left both tuning packages when I was only supposed to put one. So this will take a few minutes, y'all, just for me to exit and then load back up. No wonder it's having animation issues. It's my own fault. Okay. Booting back up. Mods have so many different requirements and peculiar. Yeah, it's easy. Especially since, like I said, I was in like a rush because I came home and I made dinner and I ate dinner and then I came over to my computer and I just like re-downloaded a bunch from Little Bobub and then I just dropped it all into a folder in the mods folder and started streaming. So, I forgot. But it's fine. It's fine. We'll load back up and hopefully that'll have fixed it. Can't tell me how many meshes you were missing when you went through your CC over the last few weeks while you wait for foraging. Yeah. I believe it. Just please hold while we boot back up. Your mod folder is pristine right now, though. Can't wait to mess it up again. Nice. All right. Did I tell you guys that I watched the White Queen? It was pretty good. Yeah. There was a couple things where it was like, you know, I mean, Philippa Gregory, she's a wonderful historical fiction writer. She definitely twists some events, timeline-wise, to suit her story. Which is fine. It still makes for a good TV show. Sorry, my Sims takes a hot minute, or maybe even a cold minute to boot up. We're gonna get back. Alright, it's getting there. July was a hard month for people who play Sims in general and modded Sims especially. I have a pretty good PC too, and it always takes like a few minutes to boot up. Okay, so it's not just a mods thing that it's taking forever to boot up. Because, like, I have a pretty good PC, too. And it still always seems to take forever. And I mean, I took out a ton of mods in July. Like, I only have about, like, 30 script mods. And like half of that is like things like MC Command Center, Better Exceptions, Mod Guard. Like half of those script mods are just that. And I've got like a handful of like historical mods left because I had to remove so many. We'll get there eventually. Yeah, I did the whole take all the mods out thing to test for an error a couple weeks ago. The tuning error that I was getting, which turned out was just because my mod guard was out of date. So once I updated mod guard, we were good there. Yeah, I hope Jane Simpson comes back too. I did leave the Soulmates mod in right now, mainly because it's like Everard and Richard are both married to their soulmates, and I don't want to like take it out only to put it back in later and them not be soulmates anymore. So, Kai, ModGuard is a mod that was made that basically helps scan for like malware and viruses in your mod files. So, it'll help protect in case a mod gets compromised and you download it. So it's a good like proactive measure if you download a bunch of mods. So yeah, I believe it's made by Twisted Mexi. So who's a very, very trusted modder. Yeah. You think G-Shade has malware? Oof. I tried using G-Shade. I don't use like G-Shade, Reshade, any of that. I do have a few like retexturing mods that like retexture some parts of the game, like some parts of the scenery. But I don't use Reshade. You haven't opened an old save with soulmates in it. But Citrine Simmer is having all sorts of issues with her game forgetting soulmates right now. Oof. That's rough. That is rough. Yeah, they were pretty intense with the game updates. last month. Hard to believe July is already gone, over, done, behind us. Hard to believe we're already halfway through the year. Anybody else have been having the feeling of like the year going like breakneck speed? Anybody else been feeling that? G-Shade reshade upgrades the game graphics a lot, but G-Shade having malware is scary as, yeah. It deliberately had malware put in it by the creator at one time? You'd never be able to trust it? Oh my gosh. Why would anybody do that? Yeah, I tried using reshade at one point. My computer did not like it at all. So I just didn't. I uninstalled it all and I said, nope, we're not doing that again, because it almost killed my game. So why would a creator deliberately put malware in their mod? I don't understand. Got mad someone was tweaking things on their own for their own computer. So that's insanity. That is crazy, Entropy. Like, I believe you, but my gosh. When he got caught, he apologized, but it wasn't a great one. Yeah, I'm not surprised. People like that where, like, you can't be better than... Like, the whole you can't be better than me attitude. Or you can't change something I made. It's like, you don't belong in the modding community. You're in tech, so you followed the drama. It was wild. I bet. I believe you. Reshade seems... Honestly, it seems fine. I see a lot of people use it. But, like I said, when I tried to use it, it, like, messed hardcore with my computer. For whatever reason, my computer did not like it at all. So I just don't. I have some, like I said, I have got some mods that like retexture some of the scenery and whatnot, and that's all I use. Slowly but surely we're getting back into our game. Yeah. Maybe that's it. Maybe I didn't quite get all the shaders in right or whatever, but you know, the stress of it was just enough to turn me away from it. I'm like, I'm fine with some retextures and everything. I've got a good enough graphics card. I can have the max graphics settings. And I mean, that alone makes a big difference in the game, in my opinion, is just being able to have a high graphics settings on. That's just sad too, because I feel like most of the time, like, modding community, and G-Shade might not be for Sims specifically, or maybe it is, I don't know. But I feel like most of the time the Sims modding community is like pretty chill and stuff. So it's always really sad when I see somebody who's just not. That's what I was thinking, Pinky. Is a backdoor like that sound... You know, is this illegal? I think it's illegal. Oh, geez. Not a good sign for better exceptions to immediately be like, there's an error. There's an issue with the mods. I understand that. Yeah, Entropy, I definitely get that. I didn't get to go to like an art school specifically. I do have an art degree, but my degree is much more traditional art. The game failed to load. Recommended that you relaunch the game. Alright, I might do a poll. Let's see. We're only... Do you guys want me to keep trying on this tonight while I'm on stream, or should we switch games? Because I can spend some time on this after work tomorrow. Because you don't mind if we switch Winsome? Okay. Anybody else? Do we have anybody who says no, keep trying on the Sims? Yeah, no, I believe you, Entropy, that Reshade is the non-shady one. Well, I mean, they're all both shades. So aren't they both technically shady? One's just a nefarious shady. You don't mind, but you're gonna lurk while you get ready for bed? No worries, Zeppy. Let's see. You got your double tomorrow. I know you do. You're good either way, whatever you want to play. Okay. I feel bad just working on, like, troubleshooting the game for, like, the last half an hour. When we could have been, like, playing something more fun. So, I will do some work on the mods and stuff when I get off work tomorrow. It's 3 a.m.? Oh my gosh, Winsome. You need sleep, my friend. Why don't... You know, good old reliable, why don't we switch over to Medieval Dynasty? Oh my gosh. Spoon, welcome in, love. How you doing? Thank you for collecting your daily blanket. Rune, welcome in as well. It's good to see you both. You're alright, how am I? I'm okay. It would have been better if Sims was cooperating today, but it's not. So we pivot. We're gonna play Medieval Dynasty instead. Because we tried it Sims for an hour and had like non-stop glitching. So let me turn off Spotify here because I will need to be able to hear my environment in Medieval Dynasty, you know, just in case a wolf decides to sneak up on me. Okay. Give me a moment to boot up here. Yeah, Medieval's good. And like I said, I mean, it's a good, like, reliable plan B for us because it's one that we play pretty consistently on stream most weeks and have for, like, the whole year. So it's hard to believe I almost have 200 hours in this game. Alright, let me... get here. Game capture. See how much faster Medieval Dynasty boots up for me? Sorry about that, y'all. The home screen is always so much louder than the main game. Did not mean to jump scare you all. Figure it's better to, you know, pivot and switch games than to end stream super duper early. Because we're not even at the 2-hour mark. And I didn't get to stream, like, basically at all last week. Looks like Lazy Nafe is working on their royalty mod for updating, which is good news. All right, we're in. Let's go. Look at my dude. He's starting to look like a proper medieval guy of some standing. You know? He got fancier clothes now. It's a good start. Let's see. Trying to make sure the game music doesn't get like too loud, but you guys can hear it. Let me know how that is. Is it too loud? Does it sound good? about a third of the way to next skill there. Barely over a 10th for hunting. Only a small amount for farming, but that's okay. We're already level 7, so... Cray! Welcome in, love. Thank you for collecting your daily blanket. How are you doing? Oh my gosh, thank you so much for the resub for 19 whole months. Thank you for your continued support. I hope you enjoy your ad-free viewing and your kitty cat emotes for the next 30 days. You're well, how am I? I'm doing pretty good. We had to switch gears because Sims was being super glitchy. So we just booted up Medieval Dynasty to do instead. One of our main goals, we still have to have an heir. I was trying to get diplomacy skill up to 3 before I had me and my wife get busy. So we're over halfway there. And I mean, our dude is only 20 years old, so... But we'll probably have her have a baby soon. Let's see, all the things are looking good. People are relatively happy. Let's see. Jaroslaw. Pakoslawa and Goslawa are the ones who are each on their own currently. Jaroslaw and Pakoslawa are definitely not well suited for each other. That would be a 3, because she's at 4 at this point. They're the same age, which would help. That'd be a 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So they'd only have 1 3. So that's not ideal. Not ideal at all. So we might look into... I don't think I've visited every village today. Let's see. We built... I know we built the house. So... let's see. We also have our dude who was doing farming for us. Dude, you haven't finished. I mean, I could grab a hoe and help you out. He's making progress. We'll leave him to it for now. If it's not done by the end of by the last day, we'll probably have to like step in and finish the planting ourselves. He's not making much progress. Alright. We have a blacksmith now making stuff. We have chickens. My wife is the cook. It's starting to look like a right proper sort of village, slowly but surely. I suppose some people keep the houses like closer together, which I could do. I mean, I could fit another house in between these two houses if I need to. What do we need? Oh, we do need to go hunt another bear. So maybe we should go do that. Let's see. Grab some copper arrows. Don't I have some poison arrows? I think I have some poison arrows. Maybe I don't have poison arrows. I thought I did. Oh, you know what? I know where they are. They're in my house storage. Didn't want to leave those lying around where anyone could grab them. There's the poison arrows. And longbow and the recurve bow. The unpredictable arrows of randomness. 1 to 100 piercing damage. Those might be fun to use. And the other thing I want to make sure... One, I'm going to make sure I have an extra hammer and some sticks so that I can make my little sniper's nest. Tower defense is the way to hunt in this game. I'm telling you. Alright, where's some sticks? I need some sticks. There. And then I want to drop the fish meat off in the food storage. Map. There is bear up here.
Don't let me catch you slacking off.
Take a nice drink of water. How many sticks could a stick stack stick if a stick stacks could stack sticks? I don't know. I don't know. How many? How many do you think, Sleek? One thing. Curve. have to say, rating a mother, like a female moose as green on the danger level is absolutely a freaking lie. Nobody who's actually encountered a moose would ever rank a moose, even a female moose, without a baby, as green as far as danger level. Of like, oh, this is no more dangerous than a crow. It's like, are you kidding me? You better respect a moose if you want to walk away from a moose. $66. Okay, cool. Thanks for counting that, Sleek. Maybe I'll come back up here and do some deer hunting at some point. There's Wyson up there though too, so gotta be careful with that. Moose more dangerous than crow. Way more, yes. 100%. You gotta watch out for these Wyson though. Your cat is enjoying this game? Aww, I love that for your cat. Oh yeah, you can get a tuck-in, Pinky. Sleep well, my friend. I will see you around. I hope you have good dreams and a good day tomorrow. Or today, for you. She's sitting on your lap, staring at the screen, utterly fascinated. Love that for her. Leo was very fascinated by this game when I first started playing. We're going bear hunting. Megs, welcome in, love. Thanks for collecting your daily blanket. How are you doing? It's good to see you again, my friend. Aww, 18 is too... She's 18 years old. She's a senior kitty. Aww, I've got a very special place in my heart for senior kitties. Honestly, when I went to adopt a cat, I was originally thinking I was going to adopt a senior cat, and then I ended up with a kitten. It was not planned that way. But Leo was the one that was like... Anytime I walked away from his cage, he started like banging against his little window. Like, pay attention to me. So I was like, okay, well, I guess it's you after all. I wasn't really planning on a kitten when I adopted him. Where's the bear? The cat usually picks you? Yeah. It's true. Where's the bear? Is that the bear over there? Or is that a shadow? I see more deer. Real quick, I'm gonna save the game. We got this one from a coworker whose mom wanted to move in with a dude that didn't like cats. So they were rehoming her. She was 3. They declawed her? Oh my gosh, those monsters. Oh, poor baby. Poor thing. I'm sure she's got such chronic pain. I would absolutely never declaw a cat. I think I see the bear. I see the bear. Bear has been spotted. Not great. She's got all kinds of issues from that, but she's such a clingy love bug, and she loves watching first-person games. I love that for her so much. She, you know, she's so lucky she has you, Entropy, giving her her best life. Why do I put this? Because I am smart enough to know that I cannot outrun a bear. The only way to hunt these things is to get into a spot where they can't get you and then to just keep hitting them until they die. Because, like, you cannot defeat the Wysent any other way. It is too fast and too maneuverable. Alright, well, this one's for Kitty Cat, Miss Kitty Cat. We're gonna kill this bear in the name of the king. This one gonna charge us. How did the bears end up being easier to hunt than the Wysant? That's my question. Is it just the distance that I'm able to shoot it? I don't think it's dead yet. Did it die? Save? So if this goes horribly, I can load back in before I make a horrible mistake? You call her your barnacle baby? You usually have to scrape her off to go anywhere. Oh, you've had 15 years together. I'm so happy for you, Entropy, and so happy for her. Honestly, up here, if you clear out the bear, up here isn't a bad spot to have a village. It's got a nice little stream, you got a lot of land, you have to clear it, but then you just have wood. And that's not so bad. Okay, it looks dead. Yeah, looks pretty dead. Yep, bear is dead. Success. Like, also look up here. Like, you've got so much, like, flat land. Like, it's really not bad. This is not a bad area if you clear out the bear first. This is not a bad spot if you wanted to start your village. Like, this north spot. Like, along the stream and stuff. It's a little further from, like, other villages and stuff. But that just gives you, like, more room to grow. On the edge of the map. It's not a bad spot. You know, if I started another game, I would definitely consider this, especially now that I know the trick to hunting. The danger things. Not a bad spot at all. Look how pretty it is in the autumn. It's good. Alright, we do need to destroy our little sniper nest. That helps us hide, because otherwise the bear hunting spot won't be back. And we do need it to be back because we do need to have a good, reliable nearby spot that we can hunt bear when we need to. It's a useful. Oh, that startled me, but it's just an elk. Deer. Thing. How much room do I have in my inventory? Like 4 pounds? More like 3 pounds, really. Maybe we'll come back up here and do some deer hunting. Let's see. I want to make sure I'm avoiding the wolf spot. Yeah, I guess the real benefit, like, up here is a lot of the land up here is flat. Which is very useful for building, because, like, I'm on a hillside for the most part at the moment. And so there's spots where, like, I can't put buildings because of that. So that's, like, the one downside for, like, where I am precisely. I don't hate it, though. I definitely don't hate it. It's just one of the consequences for where I chose. But it'll still be fabulous once we've got it all built up and whatnot. But I do need to try and do some more recruiting. Oh, that's a moose. They say green, but I don't believe it. Not when you paint a... Like, deer green makes sense. For the most part. But, like, moose green? Heck no. That is a lie. That is a bold-faced lie, that is. Making my way through forest, off the track, back to my village. But yeah, why are we killing bears? Because the king wanted it, and I need to be friends with the king if I want to actually, like, officially name my settlement. So we're gonna make nice. Politics. Might get some lower taxes. We'll see. We do what we need to do to survive. Alright. Back to our village here. How much progress did farming guy make? Did he finish this field? He finished this field. So that's good. Let's see, which is... Oh, and field 2. Field 2 is also... Well, okay. So field 2 is like half done for the wheat. But that means he'll finish it tomorrow. Which is pretty good, progress-wise. Because we got both of these rye fields done. And this wheat one is half done. So it'll probably be done tomorrow. Which is pretty good. That'll be, because we're already past midnight, right? No, not quite. So that'll be day 5. And we have 7 days in a season. Alright, and let's see. Let's do some insulation. Trying to keep my people warm going into winter time. There we go. Da-da-da-da-da. Let's see. Alright, let's... I know we got stuff we can put away. $82 meat. Grab some flatbread. We got all sorts of eggs. Holy smokes. So many eggs. We need to find more uses for eggs. They're used in a lot of recipes. We just don't have a lot of those recipes unlocked yet. Can we upgrade the kitchen yet? Did we? No, we have not unlocked kitchen 2 just yet. We already upgraded the smithy. We haven't upgraded the workshop yet, but we could. We don't really need to yet, though. Let's drink some water. Pretty sure I already checked out Hornica for like people to possibly recruit, and they were disappointing. So need to have up the production of stew, I think, in the kitchen. add in some pottage. Why is pottage like so intense? Alright. We got some stuff. We do need to look at possibly recruiting some more people, because the more productive our settlement is, the more money we'll make, the more technology we gain, and all that. And we're doing really well as far as like how much food and water and wood we have versus we're using. So we'll keep that up. I know I updated the woodshed, so we could have another lumberjack. So, like extraction, farming, survival. I think these are key skills we're looking for, because we could use another hunter too, because Neurodka is usually a hunter, but she's on maternity leave. So, gotta let her have her time with her baby. Let her have her time with her baby. And, let's see, save. Friendly reminder to save your game if you're playing a game. Pretty sure I already checked all the nearest villages to me, but I'm gonna go ahead and go through, like, Barawo and Veronica and stuff so that I can get over to Tukti and then Rolnica and go from there. Okay. Alright, here we are in Barawo. Remind myself of your candidates. I'm really looking for people with 3 3s, ideally. Or at least 2 3s and no 1s. You have 2 3s and 1 1. Don't quite make the cut. 2 3s and 2 1s. You do not make the cut. Next village. Oh, also, I've got a funny question for y'all. Something that came up at work at the end of my day is I used the phrase left me in a lurch, and my coworker, who's like my age, looked at me like I was insane. Am I crazy? Am I the only one who uses that phrase? You do in the open world. So, because there's 2 maps in this game, Kai. You have Valley, which is the one I'm in, and you have Oxbow. And in Oxbow, you can play as a man or a woman, have male or female heirs, and you can name them. Like, You can name like your own character and your children exactly what you want. In the Valley, you are playing the original story mode. So you're following the original plot line that the creators originally developed. So we are following Rasamir and his heirs. I'm not sure if I get to name his children or not, or if they just come, like there'll be a cutscene and it'll name the son, because it will always be a son in the Valley. Cray, the phrase I was talking about was, left me in a lurch. Am I the only one that uses that phrase? I'm just curious. If anybody else has heard that phrase, or would you too have looked at me like I was crazy? You've never heard that phrase, Kai? Oh, okay. Cray has, though. So maybe it's a more Western U.S. This coworker was from further east, like she grew up further east, and I grew up on the Pacific coast. So, like, this, I was thinking it might be a regional dialect thing, because you're in the West too, Kai? Oh, geez, maybe I'm old. Or maybe my parents are old. Interesting. Interesting. More data points needed. Which phrase? You stepped out to brush your teeth. The phrase I used earlier today that made one of my coworkers look at me like I was crazy was left me in a lurch. Have you ever heard or used that phrase, Entropy? Okay, you've heard it too. Okay. I'm going the wrong way. It's probably more to do with, like, your grandpa used to say it all the time, but you don't hear it much these days. Okay, so yeah, it is probably an older phrase, an older idiom.
There's nothing more enjoyable than the silence of the lambs.
Definitely not. Definitely not. Okay, next village. You left, yes, yeah. It's in the same vein as You Left Me High and Dry, for sure. Forgot I left a sniper's nest over here. Because last season, there was a rather intense bandit camp right there. The most frustrating part of the bandit camps in this game is that I cannot dismantle them. Like, why not? Like, I can't, like, take all the planks that they use. Oh, sweet. Bronze axe. I don't really need the firewood. I mean, I say it as lurch. Like L-U-R-C-H. Not lurk. But A lurch is also like a physical movement, like you lurch. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I've been saying it wrong all these years. Wouldn't be the first time. Luma, welcome in, love. Thanks for collecting your daily blanket. People don't really climb trees anymore, so I can see why the saying is out of style. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Where's the village? It's up here. Okay. I lost my torch. My torch ran out of battery. Oh, it is lurch. Oh, okay. Okay, like I said, I was like, have I been saying it wrong all these years? No, you're probably right that it is just like an older turn of phrase, and I picked it up from like my parents, who picked it up from their parents, who were all older, obviously, but... Alright, what do we got? 1, 1, 2 3s. Okay. 1, 3, 2 1s. Not good enough. 3 1s. Nope. I don't care that you've got 3 3. You don't even have 3 3s. You have 2 3s. It's not enough. Next village. Let's do a quick save just to be safe. This is a pretty safe end of the map, but... Have any of you ever used an idiom that, like, did not register with whoever you were talking to? Morning. It's a wet, rainy morning. Alright, I'm pretty sure I haven't been to Tukti yet this season, so... Nope. No. No. They're all terrible. Apparently I left some logs behind last time. Alright. Now to Rolnica. We'll just tour the map here, why don't we? I know this side area is also like a fairly popular spot to like have a village. It's more birch trees than maple, but which is only really relevant because maples give you more wood. That doesn't matter so much once you have a, like, woodshed with somebody working it. Just wait till I get a windmill. I'm gonna be so psyched for a windmill when I get a windmill. Maybe I'll have so many windmills they'll start calling me Dutch. One dude. Mediocre skills. Okay. I'm pretty sure I already made it to Denica. The only ones I haven't been to yet this season are Lesnica and Jazerica. Lesnica's not too hard to get to, not too dangerous either. So I think we'll just take the road here. Jazerica is a little bit more dangerous, and I might take the wagon to that one. Let's do a quick save. Going through the woods, looking for some... Oh, geez. Okay, I was going the wrong direction, apparently. Very wrong direction. I meant to go this way. I hit the edge of the realm. Look, I'm on top of the world, eh? I'm on top of the world, eh? That's fun. Find our way back to the road we meant to be on. Oh, hey. Forgot about all this. This is why the Wyson haven't come back on this road. Yeah, I don't really have a lot of room in my inventory right now, so... we got here? Ooh, iron sickle. That's very useful. We'll take that. And some flour. What is this? What is this? What is this? A basic hat. We'll take it. We love a good hat. We're a little over encumbered at this point, but it's fine. Oh, geez, it's just a fox. I've been married a long time ago. Wheat. We'll take that. Should eat something. Thought I'd grabbed more. I do have the flatbread. Almost to Lesnica. We've got 3 women. That's a no. No.
You know how it is with monarchs. Do what they say, but do not get too close to them.
No. I mean, that one's not too bad. But I'd rather if she had a, like a... I don't... She wouldn't be a good match for the guy that I have available. Alright. Okay. I just looked it up and there is a wolf spot between... Actually... No, there isn't. Not on this side. Okay, but is there... Bear? Maybe we will try to take this road from Lesnica to Jazerica. We haven't traveled the road before. It's the road less traveled. Literally, by us. It's like the worst thing that we're likely to come across that I'm seeing on this page. Boar? Maybe a bear? Let's see. Your hubs bought you the new South Park game and you're enjoying it more than you'd like to admit. Hey, as long as you're having fun. As long as you're having fun. How much is it to Jazerica?
How can I help you?
It's only 140. I'm a fast travel. Who's missing? Extraction. Excavation shed. You needing the pickaxe or the shovel? I thought I had the smithy. Taking care of that, but maybe we need to up. Some production. Oh, Zen, welcome in, love. Thank you for the raid. How are you doing? How was your stream? My peeps, please check Zenless out. He's a cool guy, cool streamer. We do not play the same games, but he does play Baldur's Gate 3. So, how was Baldur's Gate, Zen? How was it tonight? What were you up to? you need to raid and run, please feel free to do so. Absolutely. Take care of yourself first and foremost. Thank you for choosing me to raid. I do appreciate it. Oh, jeez. Nobody has good skills. It's so hard to find good help these days. Just wait until I get to the point that I can put all these platforms and decor, and my village is gonna look great. It was good. You and Karma were playing? Well, good. You have fun? I've heard that's a good game for multiplayer because it's like D&D basically.
Oh, it's you again.
I'm just gonna ask to go to Gustovia. So hard to find good help these days.
Hello. Only the best products.
Let's see.
Want to see my wares? Take care.
Okay.
Animals.
Oh, you're being evil. Chaos can be fun.
It's nice to farewell.
I have a hard time playing evil characters myself, but I think it can be fun to watch. So you guys being the murder hobos. Oh, did I have side quest? Oh, I forgot about this guy. I gotta bring him some logs and stone. Easy being evil, just choose stuff you normally wouldn't? Well, I guess so. But then I feel bad. But as long as you and Karma are having fun, Zen, that's what matters. Got a knack for being a chaotic menace. I believe it. I definitely believe it. I could see it. Yeah, this is one that expires at the end of the season. Yes, it does. So we gotta get this done. 25 logs, 17 stone. Easy enough. We should have that in our inventory. What's the reward? Reputation in building technology. We should fill up some water buckets. See. All right, logs. Let's do some loads with the buckets. These in the food storage. Oh, I have a potion of sobriety. Well, perfect. I needed that anyway. see. There. Thanks, you too, Zen. Thank you for stopping by. See. Gotta get up to Hornica. Save. Okay. You gotta go. No worries, Kai. Let me send a tuck in. Thanks for hanging out, and I hope you have a great night. Okay.
Yeah. There should be something around.
Okie dokie. Let's eat a gruel.
How can I help you?
Alright, let's go. Off to Hornica. Four, 5, 6. Wait, 7, 8, 9. Here, that should be all the materials you wanted. Thank you so much. I'll show you some of the building techniques I picked up. Thank you. Also, have the next part of Unagos' story. Alright, Kestrel, it's time to sober up. Beneath the stains of time, the feelings disappear. You are someone else. I am still right here. I'm back. It's all going to be okay. Just drink this. What's going on? Who are you? Those eyes. Is that it? Am I dead? You're very much alive, Kestrel. My name is Rasimir. Jordan was my uncle. Of course, your eyes. Now I understand. I'm sorry. I've been quite distant lately. Please don't mind this mess. It was some badgers that got in through the window. It's very nice to see you. Me and your uncle were working together. Trade, mostly. I don't want to be rude, but I've already spoken with Unaghost. I've actually met Sambor and Woolrad as well. I know about your mission. Very good to hear that. I wasn't ever a good liar. That's what a friend of mine did it pretty well. Yes, your friend Jordan. I know about that too. I see. You know a lot, kid. No more bullcrap for you then. We were all part of a pack. A family, really. We never had a name or anything, but we did have some reputation in realms far from here. The pack was all that we had, until the day it all fell apart. But you probably know about that as well. I don't, really. No one has told me yet what had happened. Well, it seems that the boys would rather tell you about the happy days. But you seem like you're ready to handle the realness as well, aren't you? I am. I was 12 years after the pack was fully formed. Over a decade of adventures, mischiefs, tightening of bonds. A right proper D&D party. We still felt young, but the thought of retirement from our operation was getting more and more real. We even had a place picked out where we could grow old in peace. Yes, you guessed that right. The valley was always our endgame place to settle down, but none of us realized that the end was so near. We were staying for a job in a town called Navis. Spent weeks there. Everybody started to get a little nervous, a little frustrated, because Jordan was planning it all out on his own. He was always secretive, and we kind of got used to it. But this time, something was off. He kept telling us that he was meeting with some informant. I've seen him a couple times through a window, tall as an oak, thin as a straw, skinny face, jug ears, made him look like a rat. Beady little eyes didn't help him as well. Jordan said he was keeping us out of the loop for the rat man's safety. So we waited. Played dice, drank, waited. When Jordan finally revealed his plan, it sounded like a joke. Weeks of planning for a job so simple, we could have done it with our eyes closed. So I'm guessing it wasn't. Supposedly there was a lot of stolen loot in the town hall's treasury, brought in by corrupted militia. Plan was simple. Get in, steal it back, return it to the rightful owners. Child's play. Jordan and Woolrad were supposed to make a distraction when Unaghost and Sambor went into the treasury, and I, as usual, was waiting with the horses, ready to run. All went according to plan. No surprises. Sambor and Unaghost were loading up the cargo onto the horses when I saw Woolrad walking towards us alone. He said that Jordan split up with him and should be right back. I didn't like that. There was no reason for them to separate, so I decided to go and check on him. I could smell his posh perfume from a mile away, so it wasn't hard. I swiftly followed his scent right into a town scribe's chamber. That's when I saw it. What did you see, Kestrel? If it wasn't for the ears, I would never have recognized him. His face was bashed in so hard you could almost see the floor through it. Ooh. Jordan was standing by the rat man's body, wiping blood off his hands. He did it with a bottle of mead, which he then took a sip of. I'll never forget how casually he looked in that moment, like it was the most normal thing to do. He hid some kind of book or journal behind his belt, and then he noticed me. Oh my. For a second there, I saw his true face, his pure reaction to seeing me. It wasn't fear or shame, it was just annoyance. He scowled at me for ruining his plan, for insubordination. This honest reaction even he couldn't control, and just like that, his face changed completely. He was shocked, afraid, out of breath suddenly. Maybe even a tear was glistening in his eye. He grabbed my hand and said we needed to run, that we're not safe, that he'll explain. So we ran to our brothers in arms, got on the horses, and escaped. I told everybody what I'd seen. Jordan broke the most sacred of rules, his own rule. He was trying to explain himself, but all that we heard was more and more lies. Trust had been broken. We were talking and arguing the whole night. At dawn, Woolrad was the first to leave. We always kind of treated him like our younger brother, who forced himself on a journey. But in that moment, he was the most mature of us all. It was clear that the pack had come to an end. Sambor left right after. Then I did the same. Unago stayed with Jordan. He couldn't live without him. He loved him the most. Even more than me. When I was walking away, I saw that face of Jordan again. Our eyes met for a split second, and they were not sad, but full of contempt. So that's how it happened. I'm sorry, Rasimir, you probably expected something different. Doesn't matter what I expected, only the truth. The truth's always a bitch. Never pretty, never certain, full of doppelgangers and dirty lovers all over. It's a pretty good quote. But it still points to Jordan being a killer. Your uncle was an extraordinary man. Yeah, that's what everyone is saying. Truly brilliant, ahead of his time, I would say. His mind was able to predict things that should be unpredictable. He read people like books. And with that excellence came a price. The perfectionist in his brain couldn't cope with losing, with being wrong. Jordan had a really short fuse sometimes. He suffered from constant loneliness. Loneliness? He had you, all of you, the pack, family, everybody loved him. And yet we were the only thing persistently keeping him down. Caring about us, loving us. It was a burden to him. The emotional ties made him dependent on us, weak, common. And being ordinary for him was worse than death. That's really sad. Having us kept him grounded, but he couldn't restrict his ambition. It was like a flesh-eating disease, consuming him from within. Being anonymous started suffocating him. Seeing smiles on faces he'd helped wasn't enough. Hearing praises and thanks wasn't enough. He wanted to be acknowledged, to be worshipped, to be feared. I can't believe you're talking about Jordan. I thought he was a hero. I wanted to be like him. Life's hard, kiddo. Can't judge a book by its cover. Same as you can't judge a man by the one thing he did, or by part of his life. Nothing's just black and white. Unagos told me the same thing. He probably knew Jordan better than anyone else. Knew the worst of him. But he was a brother to him nevertheless. He couldn't have hurt him. Well, he did have an affair with Jordan's woman. So you know about that as well. Seems that Unagos and you grew really close together. Yes, he did. I did. And I'm sure that Jordan knew all about it. How could he? That man could deduce the color of ladies' knickers by hearing her laughter. I'm sure he knew about me and Unagos. Why didn't he say anything? Wondering about that would torture me at nights. I had a couple of hypotheses. But the thing that speaks to me the most is the simplest of answers. He didn't care. He didn't love me that much to want me all to himself. Yet he wanted us to be happy, so he didn't intervene. I'm sure it was funny to him, watching us wallow in our lie, like watching children playing a grown man's game. Maybe he could have changed. Maybe if the baby wasn't. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. If the baby wasn't born dead, don't be sorry. That's what happened. Maybe. He was happy about it, or at least appeared to be. Didn't want to hear me when I was saying it could be a girl. Haha, he wanted a boy. A mini Eordan to keep him company. It wouldn't have worked. Not that time, at least. Why's that? The boy wasn't his. So you knew it was Unagos then. A mother always knows such things. I knew it was Unagos from the moment I felt his heart beating inside me. But you never told any of them. No. I felt like the lack of truth was a better solution in that situation, but you don't have to agree with me. There wasn't a good answer. You tried to keep them both happy. Yet I failed at that miserably. Still, you put their happiness before your own. Let's not talk about it any longer. It's a very important matter I've been getting to. You may think I'm crazy, but I have to say it. I don't believe that Eordan died of natural causes. What are you saying? I think he was murdered. What makes you say that? What do you know about his death? Not much, actually. Only that he died peacefully in his sleep. That's what Unagos told me. And you just assumed it was due to an illness or old age, correct? No, yes, I believe I did. And that's what doesn't add up to me. I knew Eordan. He was always in great shape. We met a few days before his death, actually. He wanted to reconnect. He was happy. It was obvious to me he was planning something. And that wasn't to die in his bed. He didn't have any health problems, but enemies, those he surely had a surplus of. That sounds somewhat convincing. I managed to find the location of the medic who was examining Eordan's body, and who decided to burn the corpse in the same day, which already seems bizarre. Have you talked with him? No, I wanted to, but my demons caught up with me. Have you told anyone from the pack about your presumptions? No, it may sound harsh, but they're suspects as well. Suspects? You were supposed to be family. I don't really believe they did it. I certainly hope they didn't, but we can't rule out anything at this point. You cannot tell them about any of this. Not until we learn something valuable. Here, I've marked the location of the medic's camp on your map. I don't know the exact place. You'll have to find it. Speak with him and report to me. If you're up for it. Of course I am. I'll be back. Alright, plot thickens. Nice cozy boost, Cray. I know it was a little bit ago, but... Well, that feels like a pretty decent stopping point for us. So, now, new development in our storyline. Rastimir's uncle Eordan, 1, was a murderer, and 2, may have been murdered himself. So, we'll have that to look forward to. The next time we play. We'll probably go straight over to the camp because it's nearby. Alright. Let me see if we've got like a friend who is live right now. It's not Medieval Dynasty, but it's been a long time since I've been able to raid Instant Coco, who is a dear friend. So why don't... They've been streaming... She's been streaming for a little while now, so I don't know how much longer she's gonna be streaming. Oh, jeez. Let's see. Well, it looks like maybe she stopped and then started a new stream, because I know she was streaming earlier. But yeah, so I don't know how much longer she'll be on. She's playing Borderlands with a couple of other streamers. So a little different vibe and everything, but I would love to bring you guys over to a friend. So, and if you need to raid and run, that's fine. But if you'd like to come along on the raid, you will get some extra channel points for doing so. So we can get our raid messages here. And copy them, and I will get our raid started. My next stream is planned for tomorrow night. We will be starting to play a new to me game. First time I've played it. Plague Tale Innocence. Like I said, it should take us 3 to 4 streams to do, so expect that to be one of the midweek games for the entire month of August. And yeah, thank you all for hanging out tonight. So let me get that raid started here. So we can get out of here. Alright, so we're raiding out. My next stream is tomorrow night starting at 7 p.m. Eastern time is the start time. Like I said, we'll be playing a Plague Tale Innocence. It is a story-driven game about a brother and sister who are trying to survive the Black Death in medieval France. So if you'd like to hang out while we play that for the first time, I'll love to see you. We'll also be playing Astrologaster on Thursday, which is a comedic game set in Shakespearean England. And then we will hopefully, if I can get the Sims fixed, be back to Decades on Saturday. That is the schedule for the week. And it'll be a goodbye for now, my guys, gals, and non-binary pals. I will see you next time. Bye! Thank you for being here. Thank you for the raid. Thank you for the resubs. And for hanging out.